Hello there. I'm going to make a little video on how to get started with NotebookLM. So here you can see we're in NotebookLM.google.com. And assuming now we've already established a Google account and have that going, we're going to go ahead and select Create a New Notebook. You can do that either up here in the corner or down here in the Create New Notebook there. And our first thing we get prompted to do is add content. So we're going to do a couple of different things. First, I'm going to upload some files. So we're going to do it on English composition. I've hypothetically am super curious in making a notebook on English composition. So I've got some files saved. I got some websites ready to go and some YouTube. And I'm going to take these two files right here. So I've got a PDF on English composition, and that is loading up. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to add more sources. That's just the first one. We'll let that continue loading. We're going to go to a website. And so I've got one saved right here. There's this website called Writing Commons, and I'm going to take a couple of different pages from there. So we're going to paste the link. We're just copying that copying that link and pasting it into there. And we're going to take this other active reading article from Writing Commons, and we're going to paste that in there, and we're going to put those two in. And I'm also going to add a YouTube video, and now they've changed the format a little bit since I started making this tutorial. There used to be a separate button for YouTube, and now it's just part of the website. And what you do is you go to that same website link, and we're going to go to YouTube. I'm going to take from this share button, and I'm going to copy the link that they give me there, and I'm going to put the YouTube in right there. So now we have a YouTube video, we have a PDF, we have two websites that we're going to borrow from, and I think I'm going to add a Word document as well. So we're going to upload file, and this is right next to that PDF that I uploaded before. And that is a fair amount of content. And then what we can do with this is go over to the studio and we can make some items. So I'm going to start with we'll start with an audio overview, which is we know also as a podcast. And I want to show you can click on any of these little rectangles and get just a generic version. But if you want to modify it and make it to your specifications, you can click that little pencil button. So even that have that pencil edit icon allows you to get a little bit more specific with what you want. So I want to do a brief podcast for this one, and we're going to choose English. And you also get the option here to do a little prompting to make it even more specific for you. So I'm going to say I'm a beginner in writing and also in spelling, as you can see there, and would like to focus on basic introductory steps to composition. And we're going to say generate, and it's going to start working on a podcast over here. While that is rendering, we'll do some other fun stuff. We'll make a mind map, and we'll get that going. Let's make a report. And we're going to make a study guide. And we're going to go a little bit more specific on the study guide. Actually, I'm just reading their description, and it looks like a good one. You're a highly capable research assistant and tutor. I like it. Let's generate it. All right, so the podcast and the report are still generating, but that mind map is ready to go. So let's take a look at the mind map. And what the mind map does is it allows you to, it kind of does an outline for you. But what's fun about this is you can expand any one of those. And so we'll take that introduction to writing and expands to purpose, overcoming writer's block. Let's find out some more ways to overcome writer's block and avoid procrastination, free writing. So that's kind of, the mind map gives you a really fun outline that you can interact with and expand and collapse. Just bring it back down to collapse it. So while we're waiting for this, we'll show you one of the ways to share some of these artifacts that are created. And you just go up to the download button, and that right there. Now this one is just going to do a screenshot on the mind map. So you can see I got a screenshot of just what's on the page there. So nothing too fancy, but that's how you share the mind map. Let's go back and see. I collapsed that window down. I'm going to collapse this one down and look at that. We have the study guide. So let's go ahead and take a look at the study guide. And there it is. Yeah, so let's say we have the study guide and you want to share it with one of your classmates. You can just click on here and export it to either Docs or Sheets. We're going to share it to, let's share it to Docs. And so what that does, we already have our Google account, so it just made a Google document on the study guide, and you can take that and share that link with anyone you want, and you're good to go. And it looks like our podcast is ready to go, so we're going to go ahead and give it a little listen.
This is the brief on composition basics. You know, a lot of people think writing is some kind of magical talent, but it's really not. It's more of a mechanical process, kind of like baking a cake. If you have the recipe, you can absolutely do it. First,
Cool. So you can see here we got a 1 minute and 30-second podcast on getting started with composition. So pretty cool stuff. I'll share with you also sharing that. You can share it as a MP. I believe it should come through as an MP3. No, it's an M4A. It comes through as an M4A for you. So you can take that. I click the download button and we have that, and you can share it amongst yourselves. So that's a quick rundown, real brief example on just getting started with LM and how easy it is. I will let you know that stuff like the websites and the YouTube, what it does is it pulls the transcript and it pulls the text data from the website. If that website changes, and that is important to you, if those changes are important to you, you're going to want in, you'll delete the file that you have here. So if this is the website, you would go in and I'll minimize that, but the three dots show up. You can go there and you can remove the source, and you would want to go back into that website and re-add it as a source up here. And that way you get the new revised information if something changes. So let me know if you have any questions. I hope this helps, and rock on. Our theme music is When You Fall in Love by Crewin, licensed by Upbeat. You can find more great music at upbeat.io.